Moving on. The Islamic State-Khorasan has been a major security challenge for the Taliban government since they swept to power in Afghanistan last August. 6 months since Taliban's rule, the US Central Command Chief, General Kenneth McKenzie, has expressed concerns about the presence of the Islamic State in Afghanistan. He said that America is still sorting out what is going to happen there.
The U.S. Central Command Chief General Kenneth McKenzie on Thursday expressed concerns about the presence of the Islamic State or ISIS, an ideological foe of the Taliban in Afghanistan. In an interview shared on Facebook by the U.S. Central Command Dari Pashto, McKenzie said that America is still sorting out what is going to happen since the Taliban came into power. Taliban seized control of Afghanistan in August last year after US-led foreign forces withdrew and Western-backed government collapsed. Since then, humanitarian crisis has worsened dramatically.
So I think, what we see developing in Afghanistan is ungoverned and undergoverned spaces, which is areas where ISIS traditionally flourish and where I think there is a risk. We know that ISIS does, in fact, have a practical desire to carry out external attacks against the United States, the homeland of the United States, and attacks against the homelands of our neighbors in Europe, and our friends in Europe and in other places. So I am concerned about what's happening in Afghanistan.
ISIS-Khorasan, claimed to have carried out several attacks in recent months on Taliban targets, remains unreconciled to the movement. Earlier, the Taliban Defense Ministry denied reports over the presence of foreign troops in Afghanistan and said that the security forces of the Islamic Emirate are ready to fight the terrorists. Meanwhile, the delegation of the Islamic Emirate, led by the acting Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi, arrived in Kabul on Thursday after a 5-day visit to the Gulf state of Qatar. The delegation met with the envoys of European Union, 16 European nations, envoys of Gulf states, as well as with Islamic scholars. According to Abdul Kahir Balki, a spokesman for the Foreign Ministry, the meeting focused on the humanitarian situation in Afghanistan, higher education, capacity development, humanitarian aid, and providing scholarships to the Afghan students. The delegation assured the EU that Afghan soil will not be used against any foreign country.